Thanks for joining us, Coach. Congratulations on a win yesterday. Would you like to start with a statement or go into questions?
Yeah, statement. So I think that coming out of watching the film and looking at what we were able to accomplish, just complementary football, playing team ball, the defense with some critical stops, offensively, with some great drives, and then to finish it on special teams with the field goal, to win the game was huge. I love the fact that the guys were getting after the ball. We did give them one, on a check down, a little scary moment for Chuba there, and he put the ball on the turf, kind of in a self-preservation type of mode, but besides that, we did a great job of ball security throughout. So that's the type of football that can help us, put us in position to have success and to win games, to be able to play in all phases. And so again, just a tip of the cap for the defense to be out there battling, and overcoming some adversity in some of those situations. So, and I love the coverage unit. We covered really well on punts and kickoffs. The guys were screaming down there, making physical plays. And I thought just in general, the physical nature, and which makes me think about our entire staff. Scott, Mike Anderson, Jeff Brown, Toff, Kevin King, Kate, Tim, all the guys, just everybody that it was all hands on deck and trying to make this as seamless as possible to go, all the way to Germany and to make it feel like another road game. I really felt like the guys just felt so comfortable in the situation, the setting, and to be able to just function like we would normally do on a road, and to have a cool moment for us to bond. But it just felt good. We showed up at the stadium, and the guys were alert. They were excited to be there. They felt strong. We played strong. We hit. We attacked the ball. All those things happened because of the full group effort to go out there and do it.
All right, let's go into questions. Let's start with Cassidy Hill, followed by Alex Zetlow.
Hey Dave, how's it going?
Hey Cass.
Just two quick things. You've talked before about using the road trips as a way to build that team chemistry, and how much more can that happen? Like you were just saying, when you go on such a long trip, and did you kind of see that happening throughout the trip?
Absolutely. Long flights, guys talking together, getting up, crossing the aisles. You could hear the noise and the games, and just kind of those connections. And then, of course, being at a hotel, having guys go to lunch together, go to dinner together, build all those things, and to be able to, stay at a nice hotel, and for the guys to have, just that time and the meal room, everything kind of sectioned off for the group to bond. It's special moments, and so I was really happy about the way it came out.
And then on the offensive line, the Giants came into this game leading the league in sacks. I think technically they still do. They were averaging 3.8 a game or something. To only give up one sack yesterday, what can you say about that unit, and Bryce as well for kind of handling the pressure?
Yeah, no, they got one early on us, on a boot. Brian Burns played it perfect. He was right there in Bryce's face. I thought that first and foremost, starting up front with the offensive line, the preparation that went into this week, knowing where, their issue players were, and just having a plan for your pass sets and all that. So Goody, Joe, Kali'i, really pouring into the guys, Cade, Brady popping out there at the tackle, and then the, Damian and Rob still playing a solid game, so got to tip my cap to them. But then Bryce, playing quickly, being decisive, taking off and running a couple of times, it's the whole thing. And of course, the timing and rhythm, guys being available early in the down, getting their eyes around that Bryce has somewhere to go with it. Those are all critical things. So it was a team thing. It was a unit thing. And of course, it was just, the attempt to run the ball to make sure we had that balance, and we were making them play the run enough. You lean on them enough, it does take a little bit away from the pass rush. So a really good job by the whole group.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Dave. You mentioned Chuba earlier in your opening statement. I know that Chuba came back into the game after that injury and him losing the ball out of self-preservation. But what is the latest on his knee? Is there anything of note to know about that?
He's good.
Okay.
He checked out well on the sideline, came back in, finished the game. He's good to go.
Okay. And then any update on Miles Sanders as well?
We know it's an ankle foot. He's seeing a specialist. We'll give you a timeline as soon as we have all that information. All that's happening right now, this afternoon, and then we'll have more information for you.
Cool. And then finally, sticking on the running backs, as I'm sure you know, it's coming. Jonathan Brooks is, you activated him, but you didn't play him. What was the decision making behind that, or what was the process of that decision making behind that? And do you expect him to play after the bye week?
Took in a lot of factors, watched him progress throughout the week, and really just felt like it wasn't time yet. And so, now we have, 2 weeks before we play our next game to be able to just get him in tip-top shape. We got to, again, see where Miles is at, but then we can make the decision going from there.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to David Newton, followed by Nick Carboni.
Hey, Coach, welcome back. Wanted to ask you, how big of a difference did it make having, and what you wanted to do defensively, having Wanham out there?
It was great. It's another person that the offensive line's got to think about, outside of Clowney from a pass rush standpoint, but then it's also just the details of the position. It's coming from a 3-4 system, playing outside linebacker, playing the run tough. He was stout on the front side, still getting his legs underneath him. He had some great plays, and he had a couple plays where, you could see like, all right, I got to get my sea legs underneath me with the reps that he was taking. But just the guy, the energy, the focus, the intentionality throughout the week. He's such a professional about the way he goes about his business, and so I love just everything that he brought to us.
And you talked before about last year, how during your losing streak at Tampa, it took a while before you guys found your identity. Do you feel like you guys have found that here at Carolina right now, and is that something that, when did that click in, you think?
I would just say we're just getting closer to a foundation we can build on with our run game, with the play actions. Certainly in our pass game, there are things that we need to continue to improve upon. And defensively, just playing good team football, team tackling, rallying to the ball. You see the turnovers, you see the pass deflections, and all those things just come from being in position and really evaluating the formation early in the down, and the guys understanding what we're trying to execute given the situation. So all those things are coming together. And again, there's a lot to clean up still, but I love the progress because our focus has just been weekly progress. That's it. Can we clean up issues? Can we take the next step? And I'm really happy about what's happening there.
And lastly, who will be your quarterback when you play the Chiefs?
Yeah, we'll take all the information in, and we'll let you guys know. Fortunately for us, we have some time to kind of think this whole thing through.
Anything you're looking for particular that you haven't seen already, or?
Yeah, just all of it, right? Just taking it all in and just looking at the full system and all that, and then we'll make a decision going forward.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon, Dave. Thanks, and welcome back. What did you notice about Bryce's body language during the game, when you watch film, and his energy, whether he's having success or whether the offense was a 3-and-out? What did you notice?
I just see weekly improvement. I see a guy that's been engaged in the process the whole time, and to just watch him grow from one week to the next, come out there with confidence, to execute, and just the whole processes of it, which of course, the more you play with guys, the more you get used to the me to you factor, the throwing and catching things, the operations and all that stuff. So, I'm really proud of the way that he's attacked this. I'm really proud of the way that he's, looked at these opportunities and gone in there with confidence, and it was great to see.
All right, I got time for a few more quick ones. Let's go to John Ellis, followed by Darren Gant.
Hey, Dave, good to hear from you, and congrats, by the way, on the win.
Hey, thank you.
Josie Jewell and Ashawn Robinson, I'll keep this brief. Those are splash plays late in a game. How infectious is that to the entire operation to see big plays, big moments, and just great individual efforts by each guy?
Yeah, and I think the great part that we can point to is that the guys are making plays within the scheme, and it's about Josie seeing the formation, seeing the pass concept develop, he was really close on a couple others, not just the one he took away from them, but he's diving, almost makes another interception, in somewhere in the mix of the game, and to see A'Shawn, he's just playing his technique and then just playing with extension, getting off of blocks and making plays that came to him, which it goes all along the line, though. It's about setting firm edges on the front side so that your interior linemen can make the plays when they come back to them. So, but again, it's about finish, too. It's about finishing those plays with energy, whether it was those sacks off of the stunts that A'Shawn got, or whether it was in the run game, kind of disengaging and making those plays, striking at the ball, and all those things. So, again, it's guys we can point to and say, look, do your job first here, and then these plays come to you, and then make an impact when you have those opportunities.
Thanks, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, just kind of curious, what you kind of expect from guys this week over the bye, and is your schedule different than you intended it to be based on any particular factor?
Yeah, I just expect a great opportunity for guys to kind of reflect. We got 10 games now under our belt to think about, what their roles have been throughout. Also just to heal, to get our legs back, to get our minds back. We've thrown a lot of football at guys, especially the young guys, as they go through and as our game plans kind of stack up. It's just a really good reset, for all of us to kind of look at, what is the core of what we're doing, what can we build on, and what do we want to get out of these next 7 weeks, and it starts with the Chiefs. But it's just a great opportunity to hit a good reset and try to get refreshed from a physical and a mental standpoint.
Is there anything different about the schedule? I mean, are you cutting them loose early or anything like that?
Just get them in here, move them around for a couple of days, make sure that we're just doing our due diligence with coming out of the game, seeing what things might be sore, those types of things that we would normally do on a Monday. Make sure we move our bodies a little bit, and then make sure that they take advantage of some time off.
All right, let's go to Mike Solarte and finish up with Joe Person and Steve Reed.
Thanks, Dylan. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Mike.
Congratulations, and I hope you got a big Kahuna burger on the way back.
Thank you.
The bye week, does it come at a good time or a bad time with you guys winning back-to-back games? But I know you just mentioned you've thrown a lot at these guys in the last 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's a great question. You love momentum. You love to build off of successes, right? But at the same time, at this point, we have guys coming back to us that we were counting on. You got Jordan Fuller pop back in there. You got DJ Wanham, Jonathan Brooks now on the team. We got Adam Thielen. We got Barno, getting ready to open up his window at some point, so we have some guys we're excited about seeing, Jaden Crumity, rookie 6th-round pick. So there's a lot of excitement, but at the same time, it gives us a chance to evaluate the guys that have been playing for us and to appreciate what they've brought to our team. So there's some important decisions for us to make right now. And then with 10 games, it gives us a chance from an offense, defense, and special team standpoint to really look at and do a good start, stop, continue exercise about schemes and things that fit our players.
And just quickly, this is your first bye week as a head coach. What does self-evaluation look like from your chair? At least I know you've pulled from other coaches that you've learned from, but how do you attack this week in terms of breaking down all those things?
Yeah, just making sure we, take advantage of these next couple of days early on in the week to do some self-scouting, to look at, the situations where calls are coming up really in every phase. Again, to look at what's best for our players first and foremost. What do they show us they're confident with? What are they showing us they're uncertain with? And make sure that we're honest about those things so we have a good starting point coming out of it. And then again, once we feel good about going through that process, to make sure that myself, but also the staff included, that we really take advantage of these windows to reconnect with our families, to reconnect with, the world outside of football, and just kind of take a step back and reflect, as we get ready to hit the finish mode.
Thanks. Enjoy the break.
Thank you.
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
Hey, Joe.
Chuba mentioned he mentioned the word dislocated, like his knee briefly dislocated, which I took to mean maybe popped out of joint. It's something that's happened before. Curious if you've had discussions with him about that, or your medical folks, And then, did you think that that tackle was borderline horse collar, or was a horse collar?
I didn't think so. I thought it was around the shoulder area, and then I don't have anything specific to give about the knee. It was a scary moment for sure for all of us. So glad that he was able to pop back up and finish, though.
And then you mentioned the Bryce sack on the first passing play of the game. It looked like he slipped on that turf, and then I think he slipped also on the touchdown to JT. What did you think about the condition of the field? I know that had been an issue with Pete and Todd Bowles 2 years ago.
I thought from 2 years ago, I thought the surface was really good. I thought there was some normal slippage, just like a normal football game. But I think I just appreciated the fact that, again, it's the same for both of us as we go and we play out there. But I thought the conditions were great. The environment was fantastic. Just the way that the energy kind of stayed up the whole time. I just thought the whole experience was. It was pretty cool, from just sitting there on the sideline. Of course, we're locked in and focused on the game, but, just trying to soak in and just gather those moments, to hear the songs, where the whole entire stadium singing together in unison. That's kind of a special deal there. And then, I think even one of the false starts, I think Sean Hockley ended up, announcing it in German, and the whole stadium kind of went nuts. Unfortunately, it was a false start by us, so I wasn't too fired up about that, but I kind of caught the moment. But just in general, I just love the fact that, all the work that they put in, how seamless, like even the security detail, getting us from one place to the next, all the way through into the stadium on game day, was a great experience.
Yeah, did you like the Country Roads by John Denver there at one timeout?
Oh, it was awesome. Gave me chills.
Hey, Dave. Sorry, Mike and Joe both stole my two questions, so I'm going to ask it. Some of these guys that didn't play on Sunday, was the bye week a factor in that, Dave? Like, when you got, you got a couple weeks left, maybe hold them out and just give them those extra 2 weeks.
That's like the last thing to think about. The first thing to think about is who are the guys we're counting on to help us for this game, and we have to go there first and foremost. And then to say, like, physically, what is the strongest group that we can put out there? And then you have to factor in all those things too, for sure.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.